Hey, you guys. How are you today? This is Sarah, and this is Awaken with Sarah. So I'm just here to blog my personal spiritual journey that I'm on, and my hope is that other people who are experiencing spiritual awakenings can relate. I thought that it was important. I just had a feeling that it was important for me to share my journey because I'm new on this journey. I'm not someone who's been meditating for 20 years. I'm not someone who's spoken to spiritual gurus. I'm someone who just recently came across this information and, it's making a huge impact on how I see my life and um how I'm trying to relate to others in my life and things like that. How I view the problems that I've had in my life and all of those things. So please like, share, and subscribe my videos. Um, that will make a huge difference for me in reaching more and more and more people. I also think that there is a large spiritual awakening happening with the general population, which is I'm going to talk a little bit about this today, but it's raising our collective vibration in a way that's going to allow us to receive so much more in our experience in life. And so I think that it's important for everybody to, or it's important for people who feel called, let's just say, for people who feel called to share their experiences to people and because we are all different, right? People are going to relate to us in different ways. I might not be for some people. I might be exactly what some people need to hear. My phone is going off, and I'm just gonna, yeah, let me turn that down. So today, I feel called to talk about law of attraction and is there one true religion, right? Because I have been an atheist pretty much all of my life, right? I'm a recovering atheist right now. Um, I actually believe now, and this is not what I believed before. 4 months ago, if you were to ask me about this, um, I probably would have had a different reaction, response, thought about it. But I think being an atheist is worse than being religious, and that's going to rub a lot of people. Some people are going to be like, yeah, and some people are going to be like, especially people who know me personally are gonna be like, "Is this Sarah? Like, what you talking about?" So I'm gonna explain that. Um, and I have a cold, so bear with me if I start sneezing and all that stuff. That's why. So okay, so law of attraction. Um, so law of attraction, and I've been studying the law of attraction. Really is anything new. If you've read the book The Secret, it's basically the same concepts. Um, but I never read the book The Secret. So I heard Oprah Winfrey talk about it back in the day, but I never read the book. So I definitely haven't been living my life according to The Secret or Law of Attraction or any of that. So the law of attraction basically states whatever you put out into the universe, you get back. And through our thoughts have vibrations. So this is the thing: we are vibrational beings. Everything in the universe exists through vibration, basically. So our thoughts have particular vibration and our words and action, our words and stuff like that, they have vibration. It's really more our words and our thoughts, right? So if I say I am an abundant human being, I love myself, I love my family, like all of those good things, we're going to get that back, right? We're going to get abundance. If we say we are abundant humans, we're going to be abundant humans. If we are And it's not about like wanting abundance. It's about believing that you will get abundance or that you are abundant, right? Because if I'm sitting, I live in a townhouse in Ypsilanti, and um, I've recently become a whole lot more at peace with my financial situation because during the 3 months that I was kind of cocooned and sitting around watching videos on spirituality and stuff, it occurred to me one day. I'm on disability because I have multiple sclerosis, and I live on Section 8, and I get food stamps and all of those good things, right? Well, when you're living on those things and you don't have the right mindset about it, you don't necessarily feel great about it because um, government assistance can definitely pigeonhole you in a life of poverty. You know, it can pigeonhole you in a life of poverty and a certain mindset and like all of these things. And all of us want to have independence and all of us want to have control over our own lives. And you don't necessarily have that when you're living on government assistance. You're reliant on that government assistance. Like I live on Section 8. I can't just move wherever I want to move because I have to move somewhere that accepts Section 8. Um, I have to go through paperwork. It gives me a headache every single year filling out this paperwork for Section 8. It's such a pain in my butt. Maybe I need to start saying I love filling out paperwork for Section 8. It's so like it just I'm thankful every time I fill out my paperwork for Section 8. And then I won't have those feelings that I have every time I have to do it. I'm still working on that. Um, but I had a moment of clarity during these past 3 months where I was like, just kind of like sitting in my stillness and cocoon and not really interacting with people too much and stuff like that. I thought, you know what? I'm actually very thankful to be on Section 8. I'm thankful that I'm on that. I'm thankful that I have monthly income, that I don't have to go to a job. I'm not worried about I may not have everything that I desire in life, but I have the necessities covered. I don't have to worry about my daughter and I being on the streets um, and stuff like that. So I've actually learned in the past 3 months to become a lot more thankful and grateful for what I do have, even though it may not be everything that I want to have. But law of attraction is about being grateful for what you have, realizing that when you have a negative feeling, sitting like noticing the negative feeling. So let me give you an example. Like if someone steals from you, if your best friend steals from you, you're gonna have a negative feeling about that, right? But instead of being like, oh, I need to do whatever, or I need to get back at her somehow, or even not you're not trying to get back, but you're just like sitting there stewing in negative emotion and stuff like that. The more you fixate on those negative emotions, the more that negative emotion is going to come back to you. Probably you're going to find you're going to feel like all of your friends are snakes and there's like no good people in the world because what you're projecting into the universe is what you're going to bring back to you. If you are dating and every boyfriend or girlfriend that you've ever had is like has betrayed you, has cheated on you, has just taken advantage of you, and you're like, man, there's no good men or women in the world, like all those things, you're never gonna attract a good man or woman because you're always putting those vibes out into the world, whether you're thinking it or whether you're saying it. You know, so learning how and my personal thing is I've had a lot of issues with my family in the past, and This has been very hard for me to reconcile over these past 3 months because really tearing down when someone does something to you and they're my family would disagree and that's fine. um it's about my perspective, it's not about their perspective. Don't let anybody write your narrative, right? But when someone does something hurtful to you, or when my family has done something hurtful to me, it has like enraged me, like anybody else in the world could do something and do something hurtful to me. And like I noticed this before, like people could do something hurtful to me and it really didn't even bother me to the point where my like when my family does stuff, it like bothers me a lot, or it has in the past bothered me a lot. I'm getting to the point where um I'm getting to the point where I don't have those negative thoughts as much because I realize that those are the negative thoughts that have held me back in life a lot. And it's not excusing their behavior. It's not excusing the things that they've done, but it's putting it into a different perspective, you know. Um was watching a video yesterday where this lady, and it really stuck out to me, where this lady was like, I grew up in a wonderful family. It was a Next Level Soul video. Alex Ferrari, he does Next Level Soul. Shout out to Alex. He was doing an interview, and the lady he was interviewing was like, "I grew up in the perfect family, right?" And and she really 100% meant that. But she further went on to say that her family was toxic and there was a lot of alcoholism and stuff like that in her family that she dealt with. And her family actually gave her a lot of challenges that she had to overcome. So she definitely didn't grow up feeling like I have the perfect family. You know what I'm saying? But she got to a point where where she realizes that she had the family that she needed to bring her to the place where she is today and to teach her the lessons that she had to learn. And we go through things in life for a reason. Um, so we all have the perfect family. You know, I know that, and I'm going to get into this. I'm going to talk about religion in a minute, but there's a lot of religions that don't believe in reincarnation. I 100% believe in reincarnation now. 100%, because I believe that this experience on earth is to teach us lessons. And because in heaven, there's pure joy, it's pure joy and pure love. There aren't the ranges of emotions in heaven. People are testing you like they in heaven, like they do on earth. So souls come to earth to have these experiences and to grow from the experiences, because one of the hardest things to do is to have a mother that you don't feel loves you and to show her love anyway. That is like really hard to do. It's really hard to do. And So when we learn to do that, when we learn to overcome our ego are our human emotions, right? And I'm not saying don't feel your emotions, but learn how to feel your emotions and love anyway. Love in despite of, like, look through when you like learn how to look through that person and see directly to their soul, because every single person is a beautiful soul on the inside. Every single person has a journey. They have a life mission, you know what I'm saying? But they're beautiful souls on the inside. So learning how to look through the humanness down to their soul is part of the point and part of the journey, right? And we're all here for different reasons. Like sometimes people, it's like think of a play. You have good guys and bad guys in a play, and just because I play the bad guy in the play, that doesn't make me a bad person, right? But a play would not be complete if it didn't have all the characters in it. You know, Um, so we're down here playing these different roles, and sometimes people choose to come down here and play the role of the bad guy so that they can teach another soul the lessons that they need to learn. So, sorry, my nose is runny. My nose is runny. Because I've been sitting down and doing a lot of research for the past 3 months. I just have so much information that I would like to share, or even just talk about my own personal journey. Um, but if this in any way has an impact on people's lives, I think that the people who choose to watch this video will find that what I'm saying has an impact on your life. Um, I truly believe that. And going back to toxicity and abuse, this is really hard to swallow. This is really hard to swallow because we never want to believe that we inflicted pain upon ourselves. Like, why would I choose a dysfunctional family? Why would I choose this situation? Like, I've been through some serious stuff. Like, why would I choose that? You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for our human selves to see why we would choose certain things. That's very hard. Um, it takes a lot of time to process that, and some people never process it. You know what I'm saying? But if you think of it as we're all perfectly loving, beautiful souls on the other side, and we choose these experiences in life to grow as a soul, right? And some of the hardest things we go through on earth are the biggest opportunities to grow as a soul. Like we get the most soul growth from the difficult things that we experience. And so that's why our souls choose the difficult things that we go through. And that is mind blowing right there because in life, we like to blame people, right? There's a lot of blame going around. Well, you did this to me and you made me feel this way. And it's really about taking ownership of your life, not actions, taking ownership of your life, of the experiences that you've gone through in your life, and realizing that all of those experiences have been so important to the growth of your. And the reason why our souls want soul growth is because in heaven, we're a collective consciousness. We don't have this separation like we do down here. Down here, it's like I'm me and you're you, and I have my life and you have your life, and all these things, and that's by design. In heaven, it's not like that. So each one of us have our experiences, and each one of our souls learn something from the experiences that we have, and we grow as a consciousness in heaven from each soul's experience. So learn how to cheer on the other souls. Learn how to cheer them on. Learn how to realize that they're here for a purpose. Um, Learn how to accept the fact that we don't see the bigger picture. We can't possibly see the bigger picture. And even if that soul has done something to harm us emotionally, sometimes even physically, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for that, you know. Every action has an impact on somebody. You might have gotten a job, and literally the only purpose of getting that job might have been to impact someone you're working with. You take a walk through the park, and the only reason your intuition said, "Hey, go take a walk today," is because you were meant to meet somebody and make an impact on that person. Um, so realize that there's a big picture with everything, and that we need to stay focused on ourselves here down on earth, and we don't need to figure out the bigger picture. We just need to figure out our picture. Like we need to figure out what our soul journey is. I see people outside. What is our purpose here on earth? What can we impact? Um, and if you have negative feelings about your life, basically everybody's life is supposed to be joyful. It's supposed to be joyful. Um, and if we have negative feelings, those negative feelings are there to teach us some sort of lesson. And so I definitely feel a lot more joyful than I did 3 months ago. So it has worked in my life, and we'll see. I'm positive that through manifestation and through law of attraction, through thinking about positive things, that I will bring more and more positive things in my life. Right now, I'm just thankful for where I'm at. I'm thankful for the lessons that I've learned in the past 3 months. And I started meditating, and that's had a big impact. Um, Nothing huge has come out of it, but I think that like just quieting your mind and thinking about positive things. I think, Abraham Hicks, who I linked a video with Oprah talking to Esther Hicks. Um, she talks about the vortex, and the vortex is like all of the positive things that we want to manifest, the feeling, the emotions that we want to have, the things that we want to come to us to make us feel positive emotions. That's our vortex, right? And I think that what meditation does for me right now, like I just started a few days ago. So we'll see. I'm at the beginning of this journey, you guys. So we'll see what kinds of things come from it in the future. Right now, the thing that I've noticed is that when I meditate, I put myself inside the vortex. I put myself inside that happy place. Um, I feel happier after. One of the things that I have suffered with in my life is like fatigue, chronic fatigue. And I feel more energetic after I meditate. I feel more motivated to do things like clean my house, for instance. Um, so I definitely feel a lot of positive energy, and I see it transpire through my actions when after I meditate. So I think that meditation is something that I've never done before, but I think it's definitely something that has a very positive impact. And so um if you meditate, tell me in the comments like what positive things have come from your meditation. If you don't meditate, um I encourage you to meditate. Everybody, does things in their own time. It took me, like I just started meditating and I've been on this journey for 3 months. So I definitely watched a lot of videos with people talking about meditation and all these things. And I never actually did it until a few days ago. And so that was my time to start. And it felt natural. And I actually like find myself like wanting to do it. Like I've really been doing it. Like I'm only doing it like this morning I did 20 minutes. That's the longest I've ever done it. But I find myself wanting to do it morning, midday, nighttime because part of it too is that like whenever you feel yourself leaving the vortex, whenever you feel yourself having negative thoughts or just wanting to like recharge yourself, like not even leaving the vortex, but just whenever you find yourself wanting to reconnect with that positive energy, meditation is the way to do it. And so I've been doing it like I said, I only started 3 days ago, but I've been doing it like morning, midday, and night because it just because part of it too is that I like our universe is like one big placebo effect. It really is. Like if you feel like something is going to have a positive impact, it will have a positive impact. It's that simple. It's like my friend, um, since I have a cold, I have never been like an emergency, that medication emergency. I've never been an emergency type of person. Like I've always been like a Tylenol cold, or I just like wouldn't take any cold medicine. Right, that was kind of like my thing. And I was thinking the other day, like my friend brought medicine. She's so sweet, and I love her. Shout out to Addie. I love you, Addie. My friend brought a little care package by. with a whole bunch of emergency in it and like Alka-Seltzer tabs and stuff. And I never used that stuff. And I did the emergency and it didn't really have an impact, but I was thinking, you know, probably the reason why stuff like this doesn't work for me is because I don't believe it's going to. Excuse me. I don't have the belief that it's going to have an impact on me. So if I change that belief, all of a sudden I'm gonna keep taking them because because I do believe that if I change that belief, that I'll suddenly start feeling better when I take that. So just a funny little story. But I also wanted to talk about excuse me, I'm talking, so my throat is getting irritated. But so this video is called "Is There a True Religion?" So I wanted to touch on that because my opinion on religion has changed drastically. So no, I don't think there is one true religion. I think that there is truth in all the different religions. Um, Religion isn't right, has never been right for me because there's too much fear and judgment in religion, and there is no judgment in the universe. There isn't. Everything we go through is an experience. Everything we do is just an experience either for us or for other people. Oh god, sorry. It's an experience for us or other people. Um oh, so like when our life ends, I mentioned this in the other video that I did, but when our life ends, we have a um I can't even remember the word. A life review. We have a life review. And so in that life review, we can see everything we've ever done in our lives, good or bad. And there really is no good or bad, by the way. I'm kind of like trying to get out of those words, saying those words, but there everything just is. It's an experience. It's really no good or bad. But everything we do to other people, or every interaction we have with other people, is documented, and we see it when we die, and we see it from our perspective, and we see it from their perspective. So when we do something to hurt other people, we feel that on the other side. Um, so there is no judgment. Like there is no going to hell. And I'm gonna do a short. I think I'm gonna do a short or a reel on the hell part, because that's important. I remember watching these videos and going, "But what about hell?" But a lot of like spiritual people don't like to talk about hell, or they don't talk about hell because like hell doesn't really exist. Um, but the thing that, like I said, the thing that kept me from being religious was the fear that's instilled. Like, if you do this, you're going to go to hell. That's fear based. And I'm just not, I'm not really a judgmental person. Like even like my mom is probably the one, like the person who I've had like most conflict with in my life. And I never was like, oh, she's going to hell. Like, I never felt like that. I just didn't believe in it. It's just, I've never believed in hell. So that makes it hard for me to follow any one religion. But I will say that religions bring you closer to God. Um, if some people need that, some people need the structure of religion and all of the things that religion brings to bring them closer to God. So, because they do say, you're supposed to be the things that religion teaches are not bad. It's like, do unto others as you would like to be done unto you. That's law of attraction. Like I want to spread positivity into the world because if I don't spread positive, if I spread negativity, that negativity is going to come back to me, right? So they teach things that bring you closer to God. I don't think that they teach you everything. Like, and honestly, most people who have had a near death experience end up like leaving their religions because of it, because they go to heaven and they see that the religion that they've been taught is just not the real truth, right? However, I think anything that brings you, oh, excuse me, I think anything that brings you closer to God is a good thing. Um, and then what I would say about, because I know like being a former atheist, I totally get the atheists, the stand. Actually, most of the atheists that I've encountered are very like wonderful people. They're very loving, very caring. Um, they're people that see a lot of hypocrisy in religion. They see a lot of people who claim to be religious like not being very good people. They see a lot of the bad things in the world that have come out from religion, and they don't want any part of that. And so they become atheists, And I would just say to that, my personal experience of being an atheist is that you are more likely in a religion to take on practices of the law of attraction and have good things come to you than if you're an atheist. Because as an atheist, there's like no rules, really. There's no rules. And so you can think that you're doing a good thing, or you can be coming from at things from a good place. But remember, there is no good or bad. There just is. And so even if you're trying to come at something from a good place, you may not be coming at it from a place that's going to bring positive things to you. Is all I'll say about that. So like honestly, looking back on this is hard for me to say, but I think it's better to be religious than it is to be an atheist because of that, because of the law of attraction, you know. Um and also, like all the things that happen in the world, this is another big eye opener. We worry about all that too much. We worry about all the things, and the more you worry about all the things in the world, the more you bring that negative energy towards yourself. Because if you're looking at something, if you're watching the news constantly and you're watching things that like hurt your heart or make you feel bad, that feeling bad is going to bring bad things towards you. So, unless you're in a position to do something about it, don't worry about it so much because the world is not meant to be hunky dory. The world is meant to be the world is meant to have contrast, good and bad. The are positive, high vibrations and low vibrations. I've been trying to change my good and bad to high vibrations and low vibrations. Like the world is supposed to have high vibrations and low vibrations. Because as I said, on the other side in heaven, everything is peaceful. Everything is with that peace that we long for here on earth, we already have that on the other side. So earth isn't meant to be this big ball of peace. Earth is meant to have less contrast than it has right now. Like I think that's why a lot of people are awakening because as people awaken, the consciousness of the earth rises, right? And there's less contrast. There's less. So contrast would be like there's really great things that are happening, but there's really horrible things that are happening, and both levels of good and like high vibration and low vibration are kind of unprecedented. It's a little unprecedented in our history. So that contrast is meant to be a little less than it is right now, but we don't have control. Like we don't have control if somebody shoots up a school. All like we can pray for the victims, like we can send positive vibrations to their families because the families are the ones who are suffering. The souls that go to the other side, they're at peace. They're surrounded with love. They're fine. It's the people down here that have lost a child or have, lost a friend or whatever. Those people down here are suffering. So us sending them positive vibes or prayers or whatever you want to call it, that's really all we can do. Being sad about it is only going to bring negativity to us. And those things are hard to swallow. It's hard to swallow because if you're a kind and caring and empathic, or a person who has empathy and all of those things, you're going to feel sad when things happen in the world. You're just going to feel that way, and it's a hard pill to swallow that, like, if I feel bad about these things that happen in the world, that, like, how is that a bad thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that it's not going to raise your personal vibration. It's not going to bring things in your life. If you're dealing with something that brings you like bad emotions, you need to figure out how to turn those bad emotions into positive emotions. Is basically the law of attraction. Boiled down. Boiled down. Note how you're feeling. And if you're the feeling you're feeling is a low vibration, figure out how to change that around. So that's what I'm working on. It's hard to do. It's very hard to do. But yeah, I feel like I'm growing by leaps and bounds every day, like exponentially. Like my growth is exponential right now. It really is. So, and I know, because of the things that I've been learning, like I know that I'm gonna make my life so much better. I just know it because I believe it and I know it. And yeah. So I also want to, before I go, I'm getting ready to go. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and also I wanted to say that, so I believe in angel numbers for sure, and I've been seeing a lot of angel numbers lately. And actually, my angel number that I've been seeing the most is 1111, and 1111 is really about rebirth and manifestation, like all those different things. And guess what date is coming up? 11/11. So 11 November 11th is a special spiritual portal. It's almost like I heard someone describe it as the spiritual new year. So it's a special day. And it's a day where the energies, like the energy flow from heaven and earth, are a lot stronger. So our prayers are stronger. The vibrations that we send are stronger. Like the manifestations, when I say, um, I appreciate the abundance that you'll be sending me within the next few months, blah, blah, blah. Like when you make manifestations and stuff on 11/11, especially if you do it at 11/11 on 11/11, those manifestations will happen faster. And I am going to put a video on that from a spiritual guru, a master. I don't know what his title would actually be, but he's like a master um, from India. And I'll put a video on that 1111 portal in the description. So check that out, learn about that. It's coming up. He actually said that the portal opened yesterday because there's like a 5-day window. It's strongest on 11/11, but it opened up yesterday. So I definitely will be making sure that I make my manifestations heard at 11/11 on 11/11. Buy a lottery ticket. So anyway, you guys, I will talk to you later. And I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. And I know I will be. It is 1 o'clock, so I think it's time for my midday meditation. And blessings to you guys. And I hope that you guys have feel a whole lot of positive energy today. And if you're not feeling positive energy today, then maybe this is the video that you needed to hear. And I hope that I said something to help somebody and to touch somebody today. So, talk to you guys later. I will be back tomorrow. I have a lot of information that I've learned in the past 3 months, and um, so I think I'm gonna do a video every day for at least 30 days, especially to kick my YouTube channel off. After that, I don't know what my schedule will be. Stay tuned, but you should see a new live video every day for 30 days. So I will see you guys later, and I hope I feel better soon. God bless. Bye.